Hey guys, it's Kaylee. I am back with another thrift haul. I have been thrifting like crazy this week. I'm pretty sure within the last like 2 to 3 days, I have brought in over 200 items with just myself. So it's been a lot for me just because we have the driving back and forth. So I have a lot of thrift hauls coming for you guys. This thrift haul is actually what I sourced yesterday at regular thrift stores. I hit the jackpot at a store that I never do good at. And I think that's just a reminder to myself and also to you guys is that when you go to thrift stores, if you have a bad experience and it's like your first time going, try going again on a different day, a different time, because I truly believe, yes, I do agree that some regions are just awful. Like they don't get good circulation in their trucks of good items. But most of the time, for the most part, I think that it's all just about luck, timing. I don't really believe in luck, but luck is the timing, and being at the right place at the right time and just having exposure and going often. So I think I just happened to hit at the right time, but usually this Goodwill that I go to is not that great. I normally leave with like 10 items or less. I left with about 40 from that one store. So I'm going to be sorting through this today. I have some little buckets in front of me and we are going to get started. I'm going to go quick because it is quite a bit and I have some other thrift hauls to film today. And I'm exhausted from going to the bins today, which you'll see in a future haul. So let's get started here. This first one is something I recommend you pick up in just about any brand. This brand is DKNY, which can be a pricey brand, but a category that you absolutely want to look for is anything cashmere blend. This has a very small percentage of cashmere, but it's cashmere nonetheless. Merino wool and cashmere knit pants are like a niche category that performs super well for me every single year in fall and winter, and I find that a lot of resellers don't look at them, and I find them a lot in the sleepwear intimates section. So I got this pair. I'm probably going to list them for, actually these might be going on Whatnot. I will have to double check that, but if I were listing them on eBay or Posh, I would list them probably for 35 to 40. I found a couple pairs of Lululemons at the store. Like I said, right place, right time. I think that a family or multiple families just happen to donate like all of their good stuff. So I just happened to be there when they put it out on the floor. So this seems to be a newer pair of Lululemon camo crop leggings. I'm going to try to sell those on Whatnot. I have another pair of Lululemon crop leggings. This was a really cool find, and I learned a little bit while I was comping this as well, so I'll share that with you guys. This is a vintage Sears, the men's store. It is a vintage 100% acrylic men's size extra large cardigan. If you guys didn't know, men's cardigans, like, it pretty much doesn't matter what the brand is. Like, you're going to see an elevated sell-through rate and average sale price. Last year, I sold a ton of men's Banana Republic cardigans. They're just harder to come by. A men's cardigan's harder to come by. And some of them are selling for like 85 bucks pre-owned. So I think it really depends on what you have. It definitely depends on brand, but as a whole, the category in fall and winter, you're going to see that sell-through rate go up. So anyways, this is a really awesome men's geometric vintage kind of grandpa style cardigan. And when I was doing searches on this, I saw a lot of people using the keywords Kurt Cobain, and I was like, oh, I never thought to do that. So then I went down this little deep dive of figuring out, that whole style aesthetic. But I think I'm going to use those keywords in the title for this. And I'm actually going to list this very high. Probably, I don't even know. I want to say like maybe close to $100. I have to do a little bit more research, but it is in excellent condition for its age. I love the colors on this. It is so good. It definitely fits that Kurt Cobain aesthetic. So yeah, just a tip for you. Maybe look that up and get to know what that style aesthetic looks like. All right, this next one is a plus size pickup. We've been talking about in the Resellers Edge group, which link is in the Linktree in the description if you're interested in checking that out. But in that group, we've been talking a lot about leaning into what you're good at. So there are certain categories like each one of you do really, really well at in your store, and to lean into that. And for me, that is plus size pieces. Like I feel like I really have it figured out. We also are checking the sell-through rates of certain categories or maybe even aesthetic keywords in our store. And for me, for plus size pieces in my store, I have a 50% sell-through rate, which means half in a month's time. I should have specified in a month's time, half of all of the plus size pieces in my store. Sorry, not a month, 90 days. Within 90 days, I'm confusing the heck out of myself too, not just you guys. Within 90 days on the eBay solds, within 90 days, I turn over half of my plus size pieces. So if I have 100 currently listed and I go to my solds, I would have 50 sold essentially, which I have much, much more than that. But it was pretty eye-opening for me because as a whole, any category that has a 50% sell-through rate or higher, not only in your own store, but in like the eBay solds, definitely worth looking into. I'll give you an example if you want. If you go onto eBay, I did this last week, it should still be close to the same. Go onto eBay and just search men's linen pants. Check the availables, pre-owned, and go to solds. Check the sell-through rate. Anyways, all that to say, I am feeling very confident on plus size pieces and I am trying to lean into what I know is working, and plus sizes are definitely working for us. So this is a brand I don't know all that well. It is LA Threads. Never come across it, but it is a size 3X and it is a super boho peasanty top, long sleeve, has a very bishop exaggerated sleeve. It does feel like pretty nice quality. So that one I am going to list for around 25, which is pretty bread and butter for us. This next one is a niche kind of like goth, futuristic looking punk style brand. I've sold it in the past, and is sold really well. It is menswear de voir. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but I've sold some of their men's pieces for a lot. This is Nuba tags, so I did want to get it, and it's got that exaggerated leg. It has faux leather on the back. It's a really cool piece, and it even has these like little pin tuck details that make it look layered right there. I'm actually going to try this out on Whatnot. I just kind of want to see how an aesthetic like this performs over there. You guys have been asking me, how do I know, what to put on Whatnot and what to put on eBay? I'm trying like whatever I would sell on eBay or Posh, I'm trying out on Whatnot and I just see how it goes and I just test it out. And I see there are a couple of things I've noticed that do really well on Whatnot that do better for me than on eBay and Poshmark. So I'm just testing stuff out and seeing what happens. And then if it doesn't go well, then I know not to do that again. If it does go well, I know to keep doing that. And that's reselling. Next up, this is Savage X Fenty. The only reason I got this, because I think this brand has slowed down a little bit. The only reason I got this is one, to sell it on Whatnot. It is Nuba tags and it is a size 4X. So it is plus size. So athletic pair of leggings. I feel like I need to speed this up. Okay. This is I don't know if you would call this black label or not. I just know that this big black label usually is an indicator of a higher quality piece from what I have found. So this is J. Crew. This is a women's size 8, really nice, newer style tweed dress. It has like a little skater hem to it, which is interesting. This I am going to list myself, and I expect as we come into fall and winter that that's going to be a pretty trending style. All right, next up, this I am testing out on Whatnot. I love the colors on this one. This is Toad & Co. Their dresses do pretty well for me. It's a size extra large, and it is just below the knee. So I guess I would consider it midi length, but it is also long sleeve. So I am keeping in mind, you know, transitional weather. So yes, it is very warm right now, which is where a lot of my warmer pieces are, you know, being sold on Whatnot. So I can get that quick sale because people are still looking for stuff on there because they're getting it right away. But on eBay and Poshmark, what we are drafting now doesn't actually go live for a few weeks. So keeping that in mind with everything that I'm sourcing. But this is a Tote & Co. beautiful dress. I love the dark florals. Dark florals are very trendy right now, and I suspect they will be in fall as well. So that one's going on Whatnot. I'm going to see how it performs. Next up, this is kind of an artsy log and look brand that I really like selling, Parsley and Sage. This is a size 1X. Their larger sizes definitely perform better. This is a really cool artsy tunic top. And I usually sell them for like 25 to 35, sometimes more if it's a special piece. I don't even remember what all I got. I've been getting so much stuff. I literally don't know what's in all this stuff. Okay, this is another brand I like getting in plus size. It is Talbot's 2X. This one has a lot of extra stuff going for it. Anytime you get a bread and butter pickup, you always want to have additional factors to carry the sale through. I wouldn't just get a plain Talbot's plus size t-shirt, but this is a button up. It's got multiple prints. It's very boho, very cute. I'm gonna list that for 25 to 30. This is another style-based pickup. This is CJ Banks, and this is a size 3X, so plus size. And it is a super cute patchwork cardigan, and it is kind of like an open knit, so it's a little bit beachy as well. So I really liked that piece. And I actually saw some pretty decent comps on patchwork sweaters in that brand. I want to say it was like 25 to 35. This is DKNY again. It's the exact same pant, except it is in pink. And it is a cashmere blend. Like I said, I'm going to attempt to sell these on Whatnot. Very cozy pieces. Really nice piece if you want a lounge piece. This was another plus size pickup, and I love the dark florals on this as well. This is Coldwater Creek size 3X. This is kind of like a heavier, stretchy knit. This stuff is good for travel. That'd be a good keyword for this, but it is a very pretty dark floral cardigan. I might price this one up, maybe 30, 35. This is another plus size. This is Jane and Delancey. This is a size 2X. This is kind of like I want to say like a gauzy flannel, which I know sounds the opposite, but that's exactly what it is. Roll tab sleeves, button up. Has like a gauzy look, but it's a flannel texture. 25 bucks. This is a beautiful Zara linen, women's size medium, very feminine, floral detail, midi length dress. I think I'm going to sell this on Whatnot. I'm going to put this in the middle, but linen and Zara does very well for me. And then, you know, all that additional stuff, florals, midi length, all that's going to help. I'll probably, if I do list it myself, I'll probably list that for between 35 and 40. This is a newer brand to me, and I was very excited to find it. It appears this is new without tags. Alice by Temperley, which this brand Temperley is what you want to remember. They did not have a 100% sell-through rate, but they did have a decent sell-through rate, and their stuff was selling for quite high. And I think that this dress specifically is a very on-trend dress, very coquette, feminine details. It is hot pink. I feel like that never goes out of style. It's very well made. It's got like a square back with some ties, some puff sleeves, like lots of different keywords that we are going to use with this, but that was a cool find and a brand that I have never heard of before. This is another J. Crew dress. Again, with that nicer black label. This is kind of like a cottagecore meets nautical, meets preppy midi length dress. Very beautiful details, blue and white. Blue does very well in J. Crew. I don't know if that's going Whatnot or if I'll list that myself. Here is another Zara linen piece. At least I think it's linen. Might be a cotton. linen. Blend. Do I see a material tag? I do not. It feels like a cotton linen blend, but it is a very nice, heavy, like coverall jumpsuit kind of thing. Really nice condition, wide leg, white, has pockets, has the belt, buttons up. I feel like there's all kinds of different keywords we could use with that. This one I got for myself to try on. This is Gap. If it does not fit me the way I want it to, Joe and I are about to leave for vacation in a couple weeks to get married. So I'm looking for, you know, some cute outfits and stuff to go out to dinner in. But this is a very gorgeous, lightweight dress by Gap. Definitely my colors. So toss that over there. Oh, I forgot about these shorts. I do not know if these are real. So I'm throwing it out there. I was pulling so much stuff. You know, when you're at a thrift store and like the stuff just keeps coming and you can't take time to do anything else. That was it with these shorts. I was like, it's $5. I'm going to get it. It's $5 I'm willing to lose if I'm wrong. So I don't know. I think they might be real, but it's Moschino. It has the little like QR code here. It's got all the labels I think it should, but I'm also not a Moschino expert. But they're a pair of like men's boxer style shorts. The thing that does have me concerned, which I know is not true every time, but the thing that does have me concerned is that the lettering doesn't like line up with the seams. So again, that's not always the case with every single luxury piece, but I know that is something that in a lot of brands people look for. So I'm gonna just put this on my desk to research later. But like I said, it was a risk that I was willing to take. Found a couple of Lululemon shorts. I'm going to look up the styles of these, but I have a feeling these might end up going on Whatnot. Lululemon. No idea the sizes on these. This is probably my favorite piece out of everything I got that day. It is very heavy, so I'm going to just take a moment to show you and then put it in the thing. It is very high quality. It seems like a niche small designer, Lady Case Designs, size extra large. This thing is heavy high quality, like heavy, like I don't want to keep holding it because it's so heavy. But it is a beautiful, very like voluminous patchwork skirt. I'm going to list this bad boy very high. It is in very great condition. Like I said, it just feels so high quality. The elastics in really excellent condition. Oh my gosh. Someone is going to love this. This is very on trend. The like wacky weird stuff that we've been talking about for a while definitely fits the bill for that. Okay, I have a hard goods item to show you. Another heavy item. This is a cooler and a brand I've never heard of. And I walked in and I saw it and I was like, is that a Yeti cooler or an Arctic cooler? Because I'm familiar with both those brands. And I saw that it was not. And I was like, oh, it's probably nothing. And they have it listed for $50. So I was like, I probably am not going to get this. It's probably an overpriced thing. So the brand is Orca. It has these cool little whale details here also. And this one it does have a couple of dings on the side, but it otherwise is in excellent condition. This back here is like the peel off for when it's new. I gotta put this thing down. It's very heavy. So anyways, Orca coolers. I was like, okay, I probably don't need this. And then I walked away from it and I immediately was like, okay, but you should look it up because that's like, I don't know, that's the one thing I force myself to do, and that has made me such a better reseller, is if I haven't heard of a brand, I look it up. And that's probably why I have, you know, so many things that I'm able to get at a thrift store, because I, you know, not only look up brand, but if I come across a brand in like a fabric that I've never found, like Gap. I don't normally pick up Gap for resale, but if I come across a Gap linen and I've never come across a Gap linen before, knowing that that's a factor that elevates value, I'm looking up a Gap linen shirt. And you know what? I realized that in spring and summer, like you can sell Gap linen stuff all day long. So I just kind of have that rule for myself, and it's a frustrating rule, but it is a rule that I stick by. It's part of my constitution. So I walked away from it and I was like, no, you need to look it up. Like, you have these rules for yourself, you need to look it up. So I looked it up on eBay and it has over 100% sell-through rate. It appears to be a pretty, I don't know if it's newer or just a niche, like smaller brand, but oh my gosh, the comps are crazy. You guys should look it up. ORCA coolers. This is a 20 quart. It's like the double walled hard mold ones, and this one is in excellent condition. I'm gonna probably put this on Facebook Marketplace or like pick up on eBay first and see how it goes. If it doesn't sell within like a month, then I will list it to actually be shipped, but it would be a project for me to ship. But I paid 50 bucks for it. We only pick up hard goods if I know it's like a guaranteed sale, plus we're going to make a lot of money, because it's just outside of what we do and it takes more time. So I think I'm going to list this for around $175, and then obviously accept some reasonable offers, but 50 into almost 200, I could not pass that up. And if I needed a cooler, I would definitely keep that, because it is very, very nice. Okay, let's get back into this haul because I still have a lot left to go. Since we're talking about it, hard goods, kind of, I got these shoes. These are by the brand Jazzberry. Never heard of that brand before. But I mainly just got them because I could tell they were vintage Y2K. They've got that chunky platform. I'm probably going to list these for around $50. They're in really great condition. Pair of women's Oxford style shoes. Let me set these down here. Same exact realm of thinking. These are Mud, which can actually be a pretty good Y2K bolo brand for shoes. So I was happy to find these. These are faux leather, but they are in pretty good condition. I need to like snip off a couple of the threads here. It's not coming apart. It's just like due to wear. But chunky platform. I saw some sold comps on this going for like 80 bucks. I probably won't price mine as high. I'm probably gonna price out like 65, but really great style-based pickup for you guys to look for. We've been selling chunky platform shoes for over a year now, and it's been doing really well. These are shoes. Actually, all of this stuff is from my house, so I'm gonna separate that. All right, let's finish up the rest of this haul. This is a new bra brand to me, which had a really great sell-through rate. It does not sell for a ton. You're probably looking at $15 to $25 pre-owned, but I thought it was worth getting. I just like, trying brands out. This is True & Co. Size large. This is like a comfort bra. The comfort bras are really in. I'm thinking of like Honey Love and Evelyn Bobby. They all have the similar aesthetic, so keep your eye out for it. I used to, and I'm sure a lot of you did, pass on bras that look like this because they weren't good. But they have some good brands out there now. So I'm going to list that for, I think, around $20. This is, I think, a vintage dead stock piece. Isabel Martin London. It's got a very old Lazarus tag on it. I got this because I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the Hunza. Is it Hunza G or Z? I think it's Hunza G bathing suits, but they have this texture. So I did look this up and there wasn't a lot of info to go off of. This is, I feel like, very on trend. The scoop back is super cool. I'll probably use like Balletcore, Goth, some Rave, other different things. But this fabric's very trendy right now, and it looked like other people were listing this as a popcorn knit, and they also use the keyword scrunch. I do think I have a pretty unique, one of a kind, not one of a kind, but one of few pieces. So I am going to price that pretty high. I am not sure. It is dead stock new with tags, so maybe like $75, and I'm just making that up. Okay. This is a brand sold out of Aritzia. It is Sunday Best. and I crazily found it new with tags, so that's awesome. I will probably try to sell this on Whatnot. This is retailing for $110. It is a really nice kind of dusty color dress, and like I said, I think I'm going to try that out on Whatnot. My higher retailing brands seem to perform very well on Whatnot because people know they're getting a deal. So I think that's why I'm going to put it over there. Next up, this aesthetic has been performing extremely well for me. Similarly to when I looked up how my own sell-through rate was doing with plus size pieces, I did the same thing with cottagecore because I just noticed that all of the cottagecore stuff in our stores were selling. And I've tested it out with like seriously no-name brands like Old Navy tops or brands you've never heard of tops, like short sleeve tops in the cottagecore aesthetic, and I've been able to sell them quickly for $25. So I'm, branching out into some other things. This is Talbot's size 12 petite. So this brand, is recognizable, decent size, but this is a beautiful tiered cottagecore midi dress. So I think this is going to perform very well. Keyword cottagecore for sure. It has those dainty details. I am going to probably list this for around $35 to $40. This I was going to try on. If not, that'll go on Whatnot. Oh, I found these. See, I don't remember everything. This is the brand Roan. This can be a good men's brand to pick up. I snatched these up. I'm not sure what the style name is on these. I don't think they're the commuter pants. There's a style name on it though, so we'll look that up. But these feel like they've never been worn, like new without tags, and they're that like athletic-y, stretchy, but kind of dressier looking pair of pants. So that should perform well. I have actually no idea on comps on that until I know the it's not coming to me until I know the style name. Sorry. I told you I had a long day. Okay. Finishing up here, I got these based on style. These appear to be a vintage pair of pants, size 18, so plus size. Look at these. Oh my gosh, they are so pretty. They're like an iridescent whimsy goth, wide leg, high-waisted pair of pants. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera. It doesn't look like it, but it's actually blue and red, like a really dark blue. Oh, so pretty. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to price this for. I think I'm going to price them pretty high just because they're very on trend. They're kind of more of a one-of-a-kind piece. I'm thinking maybe close to $75 and then see where we go from there with offers. But I think that is going to perform very well. Next up, these are a pair of Abercrombie and Fitch shorts. Abercrombie and Fitch shorts have at least they did about a week ago, a very good sell-through rate. I am going to start slowing down on them as we move closer to fall and winter, but very high sell-through rate on Abercrombie and Fitch shorts, at least again a week or two ago. These are called the dad shorts. Abercrombie's making a comeback, I'm telling you. Oh, I didn't notice that before. They have like a little carpenter thing. These are going on Whatnot, but I have a feeling if I would have listed those on eBay, they probably would have been. I've seen them go, depending on the style, like $35, $40 pre-owned. This was a kind of style aesthetic of dresses a member from the group posted about recently about all of her sales in this aesthetic. So I am testing some of those methods out and keywords, and I found a couple dresses since. This is Paris Sport Club, very vintage, like dark floral grunge dress. Really like this one. This one has shoulder pads and it also has this little like clasp in the back to make it tighter. Super duper cute. She gave a lot of tips, but the style aesthetic seems to be performing well. I think I'm going to list this for $40 to $50. Been loving the style based pickups recently. This one's going on Whatnot. It is a J. Crew kind of like popcorn knit, very beachy sleeveless sweater, and it is new with tags. Retails for $70. This is a cotton blend. I thought it might be linen, but it is a cotton blend. Those would be cute with those dad shorts. All right, next up, I'm gonna try this on myself because it's definitely my style, but I'm wondering if I'm getting too old for it. So, are you ever too old to wear what you love? I don't know, but I'm starting to feel that way. But if not, I will still list it because it is a good piece. Vintage, like Y2K Express stuff performs pretty well for me. This is a size large. It's a very like romantic goth style top. So I'm going to try that on and see how it goes. It looks like it needs wash too. This one's going on Whatnot. This is an Anthropologie brand I've never heard of. Isani, I think is how you pronounce it. Is a little multicolor beaded lightweight sweater style material. It's got a peplum detail. It's going to go on Whatnot. Everybody loves Anthro over there. Why wouldn't you? Because Anthro is very trendy. Also something in the group we talked about, lime green is trending right now, because I think like a song came out and an album came out and like the color was in the viral music video. You guys can look that up yourselves, but I'm testing these out with that. This is Zara, and I think these are linen too. So I have something else to pull it through. No, they're 100% cotton. They do feel kind of linen-y though. But they are a pair of wide leg cargo type pants. Hard to tell, but they are lime green. I think they're looking a little yellow in the camera, but they are lime green. Looks like I need to have Mandy wash them. So I'll get those washed and then we're going to list them. And I was planning on pricing them kind of high just because they're like Gorp core streetwear, the lime green, wide leg baggy, like all those things. So I'm probably going to price 40 to 50 on those and just see how it goes. This was a style-based pickup. This is Simple by Suzanne Betro, not a brand I normally get, but it is a size extra large. It just had that it factor, you know what I mean? Very login look, all over cable knit details, kind of minimalist, longer length. It's hooded. Some of the comps I actually saw for these were going kind of high, so I think I'm gonna list mine for around 35. This is Tahari, and this is a very beachy cardigan. I feel like I was gonna put this on Whatnot. Very beachy style, longer length sweater, great for transition just because again it is a sweater, but it is more open knit. This was a good find. This is a vintage Y2K women's Abercrombie and Fitch Henley top, which I've been doing really well with Y2K Abercrombie and Fitch women's tops. This is a size large too. I've never found one like this. I have never found like a spell out graphic one. It's always been like the little baby doll tops. So I'm excited to see how this does. I'm thinking I'll probably price, I need to look. My gut wants to tell me 35 to 40, but I know sometimes those things were worn on like certain TV shows. So I really need to look that up. All right, this is Christian Siriano. I actually did pretty well with this brand in linens this summer. This is a size extra large. I'm going to flip this on Whatnot. My buyers really love good materials over there. It has a beautiful puff sleeve, dark floral print. So I will list that on Whatnot. I think this one's going on Whatnot too. It is another really nice linen piece. Rachel Zoe's actually kind of expensive. So their linen pieces, like that combo, does pretty well. Size large, another like, I guess it's not puff sleeve, flare sleeve, beautiful colors, beachy boho vibes, Whatnot. This is probably going on Whatnot too. This is Able the Label. This stuff is pricey. I don't always get it, but I thought this was a very on-trend piece. It is kind of like a Y2K thermal, longer length, not Henley, but thermal top. Pretty like a crew color, has some distressed details, and it has like the contrast buttons on the cuff. So I thought that would do well. And like I said, I think I'm going to list that on Whatnot. Let me put this in the middle actually. I will double check on that. This we are going to list. This brand seems to do pretty well in linen, Dish with 2 S's. And this is called the Napped White Gathered Linen Top in a size 12, retails for $90. It is new with tags. If it wasn't new with tags, I probably wouldn't have gotten it, but it is a very on-trend piece. And I will probably list this for $35 to $40. I'm just trying to keep my average sale price up when I'm sourcing at regular thrift stores because my cost of goods is higher. This one is Offline by Aerie. I personally really love Aerie and Offline by Aerie. I'm thinking about wearing this to Posh Fest. I've been trying to, I'm not like a Western girly, but I know everybody's going to be wearing pretty Western-y outfits because it's in Nashville. So I might save that for that trip. But if not, I will put it on Whatnot. I feel like my buyers over there would really like that. This one is going on Whatnot. This is Hot Hippie. This brand, when I first started reselling, like everybody was looking for it. And it can be very pricey. I don't tend to pick it up anymore, but if the factors are right, I will get it because they are higher quality. This one's going on Whatnot as well. Like I said, higher retailing. This one's a beautiful beachy boho print. It has birds. It has the flutter sleeve. I think my buyers on Whatnot are really going to like that. Ooh, okay. So this is like cottage core, Old Navy, like I talked about. I should be able to sell this for between $20 and $25. Probably, I'm going to list it for $25, but I might, if an offer goes out. Size medium, Old Navy, smocked, peplum. This is the cottage, the white with the smocked, and then this, the like romantic, roughly cottage core details. That's what I've been picking up and selling very quickly. So I'm going to list that one for $25. I know, it's crazy. Old Navy is making a comeback, at least for me. This is a Y2K piece. This is by the brand A Buyer. I like some of their Y2K pieces. I really like this one. It's a very like 70s vibe, psychedelic print. It is not silk, but it is like a satin material. It's got the baby doll like empire waist, faux wrap. And, oh good. I was like, oh no, are these strings broken? But they're not. It's on both sides. I'll probably just list this for $25 to $30, but I've been really loving selling the Y2K tops. This one I got for me. It is Aerie. I love Aerie. This one I think I'm going to try out on Whatnot just because I've never tried out Wrangler on there, but this is a older label vintage Wrangler men's size 3X big. So it is a larger size. And it is a Western snap shirt and it has some really cool details. Very rockabilly vibes and it's in great condition. I think I'm going to test this out on Whatnot. I'm going to put that in my middle pile because I can't remember what I decided. I got to check my spreadsheets. Okay, we are at the end of it. The very last one. We are at the 40-minute mark. For those of you that like long thrift hauls, this one is for you. Don't worry, to those of you that don't, we will do some more shorter thrift hauls soon. But this last one is another Y2K piece. It is Abercrombie and Fitch. Already mentioned, but Abercrombie and Fitch Y2K pieces and even some modern pieces are doing very well for me. This is a women's size medium Y2K hoodie. This should do very well. It's got the fur-lined hood. It's got a spell out and it has these really chunky Y2K buttons. So I think that'll do well. I need to do comps on this, but I am guessing, and I'm just guessing like 35. $240 on that. All right, you guys, that is the end of today's thrift haul. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching. That was everything that I got yesterday at regular thrift stores, including that cooler. So I will let you know how the cooler goes. Like I said, I don't get a whole lot of hard goods, but when it's going to be a really great flip, I risk it. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm very happy with all of my pieces. And if you want to, snatch up some of the Whatnot pieces, make sure to Go and bookmark some of our shows, get your $15 off with the link off of your first purchase, and get a great deal. Hope that you guys enjoyed watching. Hope you learned some new brands. I think I had like 5 new brands in here that were new to me, so I hope you learned some too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.